Let me walk you through how to calculate air changes per hour, often referred to as ACH, and how to figure it out when you're given the airflow and CFM, cubic feet per minute. This is something you definitely need to know, especially when you're working in environments like hospitals, where codes and standards often require a specific number of air changes per hour to maintain air quality and safety. First, let's understand what air changes per hour really means. Imagine you have a room filled with air. Now, if you were to completely remove all the air in that room and replace it with fresh air once in a span of an hour, that's considered one air change per hour. So if you remove and replace the entire air volume of the room 4 times in an hour, that's 4 air changes per hour. Simple enough, right? Now, let's get into how to calculate it. The first thing you need to do is calculate the volume of the room. This is done by multiplying the length, width, and height of the space. Let's say, for example, we're working with the rooms that 15 feet long, 12 feet wide, and has a ceiling height of 9 feet. When you multiply those together, 15 times 12 times 9, you get a total volume of 1,620 cubic feet. Once you have the volume, the next step is to determine how many air changes per hour you want. Suppose the requirement is 4 air changes per hour. That means you want to remove and replace the volume of the room 4 times every hour. So you multiply the room's volume by the number of air changes. 1,620 cubic feet times 4 is equals to 6,480 cubic feet of air per hour. But here's the thing. Most HVAC systems and ventilation equipment measure airflow and CFM, or cubic feet per minute, not per hour. So now we need to convert that hourly figure into minutes. Since there are 60 minutes in an hour, you divide the total air volume per hour by 60. So 6,480 divided by 60 is equal to 108 CFM. This means that to achieve 4 air changes per hour in a room, that is 15 by 12 by 9 feet, you would need a system that delivers 108 CFM of air. Now let's say you're in a different situation. Maybe you already know the CFM being supplied to a room, but you want to find out how many air changes per hour that gives you. You can use the same numbers in reverse. So if you know the airflow is 108 CFM, you multiply that by 60 to get the total cubic feet per hour. So 108 times 60 is equal to 6,480 cubic feet per hour. Then divide that number by the volume of the room. 6,480 divided by 1,620 is equal to 4 air changes per hour. So you see, you can go either direction. Whether you start with the room size and desired ACH to find needed CFM, or start with the CFM to figure out how many air changes you're getting. The key is understanding the relationship between room volume, air changes per hour, and airflow and CFM.